Hello there, welcome back. This is Ahmos back to the series Java, Eclipse, Android. We are right now in the working with classes in Java video, and this video will illustrate and demonstrate how to work with classes and the concept of classes in Java. Before starting this video, please check the prerequisites. You must have Java Eclipse installed in your machine, and you need to have how to create the project and classes and packages. These two videos are available, and the link will be down here. And also it's recommended to have the Eclipse scrapbook, which will give you this video 255 will give you a very good way to start diagnose your code and analyze your code. So welcome to this video. Let's start right now our agenda in definition of classes and objects in the Java programming. It's a very important concept to understand classes. Classes is a very basic element that's used by Java and object-oriented programming to create other objects from this template. So let's start to say that the classes is a template in the Java. Okay, remember the old programming ways when we have a library of functions and procedures, and when we start our code we go to the library and don't add the code again, just we link the process or the function to the code, and just we bring it to the code and use it, then go in the code, and when we need to use it again we ask for the procedure from the library. So the procedures and functions inside this library was acting like a template that we use it when we need it. This in order to reduce our code. Okay, so but in Java it may be a little bit different, but it may be the same concept. So Java classes that what's about the class? A class is a category of common things that can identify a certain object, or like a computer or a car or animals or stuff like this. For example, for a class computer, we can use the RAM as a field in this class, the CPU module as a field, the hard disk module, the hard disk size, and the brand and the model of the machine itself. So you will find that one of the brands like IBM and HP and Acer, we have a common fields like the RAM. All of them has RAM, CPU, and hard disks, and all of them they got a model and show the brand. So a class is a collectivity or a box that have rooms for all the elements identifying a certain computer. And also in other way we can say that the object of the same kind, okay, objects of the same kind, they are same kinds, all of them are computers, like cars, animals, and computers, all get relation and common specification, okay, and can categorized. Okay, so this is the computer class. Let's see another class. Remember the brand, all the brands of cars. So in this other class, a car class, we have CC and color and no number of doors, price and module and option 1 available or not available. All these fields are in the category of the car, and they are all of them is the same kind. It's cars, the Toyota and the whatever the car type. So this all the same within the car class. You may find a fields, this is called fields, okay, in the class. So fields that can be changed, we can have an option, yes or no. The price may be different, number of doors, 2 doors or 4 doors, the color of the car, but actually we can consider there is a common fields that is not changed, like the manufacturer is this car class is for the Mazda, for the Toyota only, for the salon cars in the class A with forget about the price, we add it here in the modified fields. What I'm trying to say is that the modified fields, we will say this is our public, can be modified, and the unmodified fields like the manufacturer and salon and class, this is, we'll call it private. Okay, so just to understand this concept, this is a class. Inside the class, a class is a category, certain categories that have the same kinds, like cars or animals or computers, and all has a relation, common things. Inside the class itself, there is a common and uncommon and changeable fields and unchangeable fields. The changeable fields we will name it public, and the unchangeable fields we will name it private. This is a very important concept right now. So again, if we need more about the class, we need to more identification or more definition for the class. What is the class? So from here we can say that the class is the blueprint, okay, the template that from it, here is the class car with all these specs or fields. From it we will create another objects or another, what we can say, instance or occurrence of this class. Okay, so the class is the blueprint for objects, is the template for objects, is the shablona, if you are an European you know this word, is a basic module or a prototype that we will use to create other modules or other instance or occurrence of this instance. Okay, and as we say that the class contain fields, okay, and these fields here are the class of the car, the manufacturer, and doors. These fields may be not changeable fields, cannot be changed, and these fields will be private for this class, and another field that can be changed, and this field we will say it's a public field for the class. The class, after the creation of it we can call it a new data type. Data type like string, like boolean, like character, like integer and double, stuff like this, all this called the data type. But here after creation the class, it will be a new data type. And now after that we need to start to create an instance, an occurrence of the class. So let's now go back to the Eclipse, and start to create a class for the computer. So right now we say new class, and this will be, let's make it for the cars. Okay, car, and here is the class. Identifying the package, we create the class in the package number 1 tutorial.com, and it's included in the source folder src in the project, our first project. And you need to go to the video creating projects, packages and classes. Now what we need to add now in the class, the fields, as we said. the field will be the CC. Let's go. We are creating now the car. So option 1, CC, color. Okay, color. Option 1, number of rows. Okay, we have a lot of errors. So why we have these errors? Because you just type CC. What is the CC? So you need to identify the CC. It's an integer. Okay, and what about the color? It's a string. And what about the option 1? Maybe it's a Boolean. We all know the option 1, but actually is it exist or not? A number of doors, sure, it's an integer. Okay, what else? Still we have errors. Let's check what's the errors and we will solve it right now. What else? Price, okay, and also the manufacturer and salon. Okay, maybe it's a Boolean. So Boolean, salon, and string, manufacture, okay, manufacturer, and let's make it MF in order to. And this is, we told that this is the Mazda or the Toyota, so this must be a constant. Okay, it will be equal Mazda. Okay, this is the Mazda. Okay, but we talk about something like private and things that will be inside and not changed, like the Mazda. Okay, so this will be private. This is something related to the class. We will not change it. Still, we have two errors in this line. So let's make a semicolon here, and let's know that the types and a lot of things in the Eclipse and the Java programming need to be aware of the upper and lower case. And the Boolean, this is also one of the privates. And just add a semicolon. So we have, that's very good. We have two lines, okay, and we have a problem with other lines. But we now identified that in each line in the types, we add this here. We need this small. You know what's a problem with the string? The uppercase. Okay, so all the lines are now okay, but just a moment. We say that this private, so these are public. Let's have the word public and add it to all the fields that will be changed outside the class. Okay, these fields will be changed outside the class. Okay, so our class right now have public fields, okay, that will be changed outside, and a private field that will not be changed, and no applicable way to change it, except we have an exception, we will tell it later. And this to protect the two types. Okay, this is initial, the two types of the manufacturer and the type of the salon, it's salon or not. So you need to protect those two fields, because are common in the car category. These two fields are common in the car category, the manufacturer and the salon. Maybe other fields, but okay. So right now you finally have a class include fields, we have a class include fields, and we can change some of these fields externally in other classes. So how we will start to create a new class of this class, or how to start to construct a new class. Before constructing a new class of this car, we need to create something called a constructor. So we create, let's make a remark by having 2 slashes. The remark say building a constructor with something that we will use it to create the new class from this class. It's something like a constructor. Okay, constructor is a basic, will be public. Okay, car brackets, curly brackets, and inside it there's things, and that's all. That's our main constructor. Okay, this is a constructor. But actually, why we did the constructor? Why we don't start the class direct and create classes from this class? Because you have this constructor that is fully can be receive all the options, all the 4 options, or all the 4 fields. But at certain time we can have a constructor that it's actually a car constructor with receiving just strings, string cc and string color. Okay, and in the curly brackets we have the salon and the Mazda manufacturer is okay. These are common, but actually the Boolean option 1 equal 2 and the number of doors equal 2 only. So this constructor, you have an error here, that's like that, equal 2. So this constructor is related. So how we can understand this? We understand this by having a remark for the 2 doors only, use this. Okay, so we have to, in the same class, we create constructors, because this constructor will make it easy for us to change things and to have. So if I know right now, if I need to create a new object of the car, for a car with 2 doors only, I will use this constructor. And if I want to make a new car with full fields, we ask the color and blah blah blah, so we will make a constructor, use this constructor. Also we can make for silver cars. Okay, we have cars in silver. Okay, so I'll pick this constructor like this, like the same. So constructor is something that's created. You can make several constructor, change a lot of the and modify a lot of the things. Constructor is the same name like the class name. You can't make 2 constructor the same like this, but you can right now remove the color, because we will initialize the color right here. The color will be red. No, it will be silver. Okay. Okay. Do we have still a problem? Yeah, silver is a word, is a string, so it needs to be into quotes like this. So finally, we have a class that includes fields. It's okay to have constructors or not, but it's better to build constructors. So the basic constructor, the default constructor, is a public car and no fields inside it and no parameters in its input, and this constructor is the basic. Even if you don't have all these lines, it's okay, it will work and you can create classes, but it's better to have this. In order to have a car with 2 doors only, and order to have a car for the variety with silver and 2 doors, okay, and here we can sure why we add no number of doors. So number, we have integer number of doors, okay, and here we see number of doors equal number of doors. This means that the number of doors for the car, for this car that will be created, will equal to number of doors. Let's add this x, it may work better like this, okay. So the variable or the field number of doors in this constructor will taken from input of the constructor. We mean that when creating a new class, here I have everything inside this class. The string will come from outside, and the string for the CC, and the color from outside, and already I have option 1 and number of doors. Here in this constructor, the color is fixed inside it, inside this constructor, and we have the CC and number of doors from outside, okay. For that reason I add these 2 lines. So, and now we have the 3 common constructors. We built 3 common constructors and all of them. By the way, the input for the constructor number 2, you have 2 inputs, one of them integer and the other string, the color and CC. So I'm telling that the construction created by this way, I mean the object or the instant or the occurrence that will be created from this way will have substituting the integer, first integer to the CC, and having the second element or parameter and substituted in the color. So for that reason, the color field of this constructor will have this input, and others are fixed by number of doors and options. And here also we are working in this. No number of doors will be substituted here, and the CC we have here. Why not we add? It's better to change, I mean, you can say A here and add the A here. It's better to change in order not to be confused, okay? Not to be confused. We just have a problem here that the CC is an integer, okay? So why we did declare it here as a string, it must be an integer. So let's now start to test this code, okay? We have a code, we did create a class car, and we have certain fields there's public fields, and there's 2 private fields, and there's 3 constructors. And right now we will start to make something new for you, but you can read about it, or you can see the video for that, which is the scrap file, the Eclipse scrapbook, which will facilitate the way of understanding the execution of this code without extra writing or extra effort. So let's start. It's a very easy way we will do right now to create on our project or our package. We create a new, go to others, and scrapbook. So we will do it to debug our code. So let's name it for the car test. So it's a tester for the code. Okay. After creating this, you need to add a package that it work with it, which will be the package number 1. You need to add all this detailed about the scrap. You will find it in the scrap video 255. And now we need to start building. Consider this a new class, consider this a new place in our codes that we need to add it, but it's a quick way. So let's start now to build our constructor. So from the type car, create car A, and it's equal to new car. Okay, so what we did right now, we are creating a car A which equal to a new car. Okay, let's check this code. Is this code is okay? So as we talked before, that this scrapbook have 5. You check the video that I told you about it, 255 scrapbooks. So this checking the executing the code is okay. But what about the element car A? Okay, car A it's created, but it's got default element. That option number 1 is false and the salon is true, and we know why the salon is true, because these 2 red fields are private fields and those others are public fields, but it's getting null and having C0 because actually you need to enter these fields. So let's start to make another code which we say car A dot. Okay, so car A dot let's stop the code, stop the execution, and start again. Car A close this one, execute this. Okay, now it's appeared executing the car A, the car A equal new car, and now we have the CC, and we will give it 400 for 4300, and car A dot color will be red, and car A dot what dot option 1 will be true, and car A dot don't know why. Where's the others? Okay, you need to be careful in the case sensitive. Now the fields will appear. Okay, and car A number of doors, you can choose it direct. While okay, equal 4. Okay, let's remove this 2 quotes. So right now we fill the fields of the car A, but there is 2 fields that I can't see them. Okay, and actually they didn't appear. You know which fields? The private fields, the salon is true, and the manufacturer field. Okay, it didn't initialized here. We didn't initialize it in our new object and our new instant, but actually if we run the code, all the code, let's analyze this. Okay, it will not. Let's execute the code. There is a syntax error, and it need to insert where here in this area. There is a wrong, because this is executing we are executing a real code, so it must be right. Okay, let's execute it. True cannot be resolved to a variable. Okay, so it did refuse to type true. So what I can type? False? Don't know. Is this okay? Again, so I know this is something to be cleared here, and I know it's Boolean, it's false or true. So why we don't use the assistant? Okay, let's remove this and see what's the assistant. Use the control space and check what to type. Okay, my mistake is I typed the F in capital and the T in capital. For this the 2 was failed, so let's make it true in small. And this way you know that you're using the assistant. The control space will give you the option to what to write here. Okay, folders. So use the control space. Right now try to execute this to check. Okay, let's execute all of them. The execution is okay, and the inspection or evaluation must be like you did. Enter a red car with 4300 cc, and it's a Mazda, and we have 4 doors. It sure is salon, because from our previous private fields it's a Mazda and true, and you already have the funny option number 1. It already exists and true. This is a way to build a new instant, and we did use the car instant. Remember, we have 2 other instants. So let's go again and start to make another instant. Okay, by using the CC as an input and the any color as an input, or let's create a silver car instant. Okay, and this needs CC and number of doors. So this instant we'll take this one and make it the A. This is the silver car, this is the S car, and it will have two inputs. One of them is the CC, let's make it like this, and the other is the number of doors. So remember, yes, number of doors. Okay, and here we are. Let's stop this and let's fix this like this here. Oops. Okay, it's S car, silver car, and enter, type silver car, and license evaluate this only, this two, execute this two. The code is okay, we have no problem, and the evaluation will give you the 4000 cc in here in the cc, and the number of doors get inside. This is an input for this constructor, and you have it true, and the color of this car is already a silver because this declared in the constructor. This declared in the constructor the color is silver, and the option 1 true from here. So if we make here the option 1, but actually stop the code, let's change the option 1 here to false. It's not exists because this silver car is okay, has a pretty color, but actually it's have no option, and now you will have no option 1. So I believe that you have now an understanding of the classes, creation of the classes, creation of the fields inside the classes. You can distinguish right now between the fields that can be changed and others that not be changed, the public and the private fields, and you have a pretty knowledge about creation of a new class from the main template. I mean a new object from the main template, from the main class, and this creation is called a new instant, and you have this understanding, and you can start the next lesson, which will be the getter and the setters, and more inside the constructor, and why we use getter and setters, and how to change the private key fields. The private field, we said that it's a constant and cannot be changed outside the code of the class, and how we can change it, how we can change the fields like the manufacturer and the salon with our private seat. So see you in the next video, and thanks for watching.